So good morning everyone. I could not take the live class today. So hence I will be taking the next class. Next live class will be the next week. And now we will be discussing very importantly, that is modern periodic table. So modern periodic table actually has come, yesterday we discussed, from Mendeleev's periodic table. So from Mendeleev's periodic table we have come to the modern periodic table. But what is the basis of modern periodic table? So here we have the basis of modern periodic table is atomic number. The basis of modern periodic table we have is atomic number. Why? Because in modern periodic table the elements are arranged. In modern periodic table the elements are arranged in order of increasing atomic number. In order of increasing atomic number. So which means in Mendeleev's it was stated that they are arranged in order of increasing atomic mass. But in modern periodic table they are arranged in order of increasing atomic number. So hence students, the properties of the elements are a function of their atomic numbers. In the previous Mendeleev's law it was stated that the properties of the elements are a periodic function of their atomic masses. Now the properties of the elements are a function of their atomic numbers. I guess you know that cobalt and nickel, last class we discussed, they have the same mass, that is 58 gun, and hence they could not be placed. But now cobalt's atomic number is 27 and nickel's atomic number is 28, and hence nickel is placed behind cobalt. So placing the elements according to the modern periodic table has become more easy, because in modern periodic table we have arranged the elements in increasing atomic numbers, and in Mendeleev's we have arranged them in increasing atomic mass. So modern periodic table was more perfect than Mendeleev's periodic table. So we will have an idea of modern periodic table. So the basis of modern periodic table is nothing but the atomic number. So let us discuss the next part. What are the different parts of modern periodic table? So students, the modern periodic table has basically 18 columns which are called groups. The modern periodic table has 18 columns which are called groups. The modern periodic table has 7 periods which are horizontal rows. The modern periodic table has 7 periods which are horizontal rows, and the modern periodic table has 18 columns which are called the groups. So there are 7 periods and there are 18 groups. Also, the groups have different names. The groups have different names in the modern periodic table. We will be basically discussing the periodic table only today. So if I draw roughly the periodic table, then you have periods, you have groups. So periods you have in the left side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 7 periods, and 1, 2, 3, 4 till 12, then again 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So there are 18 groups and there are 7 periods. So if I draw properly, I will get 7 periods and 18 groups. So these groups have some speciality among themselves which you need to know about the modern periodic table. So I have group 1 and group 2. So group 1 and group 2 are basically metals. These are the periods. Then group 1 and group 2 are basically the metals. Then from group 13 to group 18 basically are non-metals. Group 13 to group 18 basically are non-metals. Group 1 and 2 is metal. Group 3 to 12 has both metals and non-metals, and hence they are called transition elements. Group 3 to group 12 are called transition elements. Group 13 to group 18 are called non-metals. So group 1 and group 2, you have learned about sodium, potassium, calcium. So sodium and potassium, they lie in group 1, and calcium, it lies in group 2. So group 1 elements are called alkali metals. Group 1 elements are called alkali metals, and group 2 elements are called alkaline earth metals. You will get the notes in the Google Classroom. So group 1 element are called alkali metals, and group 2 element are called alkaline earth metals. Group 3 to 12 I already told is called transition elements. Then especially group 13 to group 15. Group 13 to group 15 are called representative elements. Group 13 to group 15 are called representative elements. Group 16, there is a name which is called chalcogens. Group 16 has a name which are called chalcogens. Group 17 has a name which are called halogens. Group 16 chalcogens, group 17 halogens. Now remember, in Mendeleev's periodic table we discussed the zero group. So the zero group means those elements which are placed separately because they do not react. So Mendeleev left a group which was known as zero group. So that zero group has now come into existence as group 18. So group 18 you have noble gas. Group 18 you have noble gas. Because in group 18 you have argon, you have helium, you have neon, you have xenon, radon. So these gases, they do not react with each other, and hence their name is given to be as noble gas. So this is the rough idea of the periodic table. So these are the elements. In the below periodic table, below there are two groups, in the 6th period and the 7th period. So whatever we discuss till 5th period. In the 6th and 7th period, you have another group. The 6th period is known as lanthanoids, and the 7th period is known as the actinoids. Lanthanoids and the actinoids. So both are radioactive in nature. So both the lanthanoid elements and the actinoid elements are radioactive in nature. Means they are generally radioactive. So in this part we study about the different metals, their behavior. I hope you have got the idea. So this is clearly the idea. So modern periodic table. So left side you have metals, right side you have non-metals, and in between you have metals and non-metals. These are the periods, from 1 to 7 are the periods, and these are the groups. Metals in group 1 are called alkali metals. Metals in group 2 are called alkaline earth metals. Then from group 3 to 12 it is called metals and non-metals both. And from 13 to 18 you have got representative elements, you have got chalcogens, you have got halogens, and you have got noble gases. So these are various types of characteristics of the modern periodic table. And it has lanthanoids and actinoids which are radioactive in nature. So this is the general idea. So I'll just make the space clear. So group 1 and group 2, they are told as S block elements. They are given the name as S block. You will learn in class 11 more. Group 3 to group 12 are known as D block elements. Group 13 to group 18 are known as P block elements. Group 13 to group 18 are known as P block elements. So elements with increasing atomic number are being placed. Where? They are being placed in the modern periodic table. But students, there is a small thing to note. In the modern periodic table, you do not have hydrogen. Hydrogen is placed somewhere different. Hydrogen is placed somewhere very differently. Somewhere here. If I rub this, hydrogen is placed actually different. Because hydrogen is placed separately. Because hydrogen resembles the properties of both. Hydrogen resembles the properties of both metals and non-metals, and hence it is being placed separately. So if I go on plotting, so helium is in the first period. Helium is the first period, and then if I start plotting, I have lithium, helium is in the second group, but in the first period. Okay, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. First period you have helium. Second period, in the third group, you have lithium. Then you have beryllium. Then other elements, then boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, neon. I am discussing about helium 2, lithium 3, and beryllium this way. And then you have boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, neon. Okay. So beryllium will place in the group 3 like this. Boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, neon. Then after boron you have aluminium here. After carbon you have silicon here. After nitrogen you have phosphorus here. After oxygen you have sulfur here. After fluorine you have chlorine here. And after neon you have argon here. Especially I am considering from 13 to 18. So group 13 mein, if you go from here to here, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, neon. In the second period. Then in the third period they are this. Third period group 13, aluminium. Third period group 14, silicon. Third period group 15, phosphorus. Third period group 16, sulfur. Third period group 17, chlorine. Third period group 18, argon. So in this group other elements are also there. So in this group boron is the main element first. In 14 group carbon is the main element. In 15 group nitrogen is the main element. Oxygen, fluorine, neon. So these are called head of the family. These are called head of the family because these members they come ahead. So this is a short summary of modern periodic table. So modern periodic table has 7 periods. Modern periodic table has 18 groups. And in 7 periods and in 18 groups, you are divided into 4 halves. Left hand side metals, right hand side non-metals. In between you have metals and non-metals. And at last you have all the radioactive elements. So this you will write, which you will try to draw. And the notes I will be giving in Google Classroom. You can follow those notes. In the next live class, we will start the position. Means if I tell you the correct order, then how will you determine the position of that particular element? So this basically we discussed in modern periodic table. So we come to this end. Next class will be a live class next Saturday. Today I could not take, so that's why tomorrow means next week we will discuss. So please see the video and please watch the video. And please look at the notes will be given in Google Classroom. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Stay safe. Thank you.